Hey, how you guys doing? And today we'll be discussed or talk about our scenarios for this discussion. So, as a commercial pilot student, it is important to be able to identify discrepancies and solve problems during a cross-country flight. And then the time changes between legs could be a virus reason. Let's talk about some possibilities. So the first I will talk about is the weather condition. So unforeseen weather such as wind change, turbulence, headwinds, tailwinds, those are things that it can affect the flight. If you break it down really easy, if you have a headwind, it means that your ground speed is going to be slower. If you have a tailwind, that means your ground speed is going to be faster. So which means that your leg, the time that takes you to fly down in one leg is going to be different. So that's one. And the other one is the aircraft performance. So aircraft weight. If you have a lot of cargoes or too many passengers, and airplane is pretty heavy, and it will decrease aircraft performance. And pilots should ensure the aircraft is properly maintained and has the appropriate fuel load for the plan of the flight. And the other one is navigation error. So errors in navigation can cause the airplane of strike off course, resulting in a longer time en route. Pilots should double check your flight plan, check on the map, because if there's a crosswind that's gonna drip you off from the course, and that could cause a delay for your the whole cross-country flight. So we want to make sure that we stay on our heading, check the wind and make sure we are on course, so we don't have any delays or off course flying. So that could be dangerous. So if you got blow off the course and flying in an IFR condition, it's going to be a VFR flight. But I'm saying if it's in an IFR condition, you wasn't paying attention on your G1000, or pay attention on your heading or your navigation, that could be a pretty big issue. Specifically in IMC condition, like you cannot see anything outside. What if there's a mountain on your right side and then you're off the course and then you're flying towards the mountain and eventually hit the mountain, and that's not good. I know ATC is gonna remind you that you off course about 20 degrees and you're 10 degrees, 20 degrees to the left, or 10 to 20 degrees to the right to get you back on course. But that still is a big mistake by a pilot, that you should not have any navigation error at all during the time of flight, because you're a commercial pilot, right? You could carry a passenger, carry cargoes, or something like that. So we don't want that to happen. The other possibility is going to be ATC delays. So ATC, air traffic controller, will make delay the aircraft due to traffic or sequencing issue, or a TFR, or a weather, or whatever. They want you to ask you to circle at a certain point or a certain waypoint until weather passes, or they divert you to a different airport because there's a weather issue and stuff like that. So as a pilot, we must consider all those issues that might happen during the flight. And we cannot just say, okay, yeah, we create a flight plan, we're gonna get there at 2:30, but we never put in any consideration of ATC delays, weathers, or navigation error, or aircraft performance and stuff like that. So that's really bad. And the other thing is human error. So human error can cause discrepancies in the estimated and actual timing route. So for example, you're planning a flight and your RPM is at 2300 RPM, and because you linked your mixer too much and the airplane is only flying at 2100 RPM. This is really exactly what happened last flight for me. So I flew down to Monterey last Saturday, I believe is April 1st. On the way back from Monterey, back to Jiangwei, I was based in Jiangwei, Santa Ana. When I get back from Monterey, and I wasn't paying attention on my mixture, so I leaned too much, and my engine stays at 2100 RPM. But I was planning to come back with faster ground speed, so I was trying to get up to 2500 RPM. Because I lean my mixture too much, and then the engine cannot go up to 2500 RPM. But eventually I cut it. I cut it because I heard the engine roughness. So I put mixture all in, and then the RPM start raising back up. So that's the issue that we want to make sure we are, focusing on the flight. You don't want to link mixture too much. That could cause engine failure. RPM drops, and will slow your flight down, and slow your airplanes down. Then you could go, go stall. So to solve the issue of longer timing rule, pilot should first identify the cause of discrepancy. Once the cause is determined, the pilot can make necessary adjustments. If the issue is due to weather condition, the pilot can adjust the altitude or route to take advantage of tailwinds or avoiding headwinds. If the issue is due to aircraft performance, the pilot can reduce weight by landing to the airport and drop some stuff off, unnecessary stuff. Just don't throw anything off the airplane while you're in the city. So I would not do that. So in conclusion, as a commercial pilot student, it's important to be aware of potential issues that can affect the timing route during a cross-country flight. By being familiar with possible causes, pilot can quickly identify and solve problems to ensure a safe and efficient flight. Thank you guys.